Good morning, welcome to my channel, and I'm Dr. Paul Kiritsis. Today we're going to be continuing with the Greek gods and goddesses, and I'll be discussing the goddess Artemis. Artemis was, or is, I should say, a pre-Greek deity who was assimilated into the classical Greek pantheon. In her Olympian guise, she yields a very strong, independent, fierce, numinous, and very powerful presence. Sovereign of the wilderness, the hunt, women, childbirth, and the defender of all youth. She was the first of two twins born to Zeus, of course the father of the gods, and Leto, a daughter of the Titans. Of course the other was Apollo. Together with Hestia and Athena, she was one of three virgin goddesses. Golden Aphrodite, who stirs love and creation, cannot bend nor ensnare three hearts. The pure maiden Vesta, grey-eyed Athena, who cares but for war and the arts of the craftsman, Artemis, lover of woods and the wild chase over the mountains. So Aphrodite, who was the goddess of love and beauty, had no hold over these virgin goddesses, whose lives we can say were not dictated by the carnal nature of sexuality. The virgin goddess was known by a great many epithets, two of the most prominent being Cynthia and Selene. The former is a direct reference to her place of birth, Mount Cynthus on the island of Delos, and the second expounds her personage as the epitome of absolute feminine energy that is itself encompassed and embodied by the moon. The moon, of course, is a feminine symbol. According to tradition, Artemis seems to have enchanted a great many gods and men, though she herself was seldom enamored. Even masters of deceit and transformation failed at their attempt to fool her and take her unawares. According to the classical poets, Artemis fooled a river god who entertained thoughts of raping her at Letreni by coating her face with mud. She was immensely talented in the denomination of archery and hunting, and dutifully punished anyone who committed sacrilege by unjustly killing or slaughtering wild animals, or by claiming that their own adroitness in those particular arts exceeded hers. That's the way to tempt the gods, is to basically declare outright that you're better at them, at something. Adonis, the lover of Aphrodite, experiences the brunt of her wrath firsthand. In one of the classical late myths, the virgin goddess overhears his incessant banter on how good a hunter he is, and sends a wild boar to gouge him to death. Artemis was intimately involved in the Trojan War, pledging fidelity to the Trojans, so to the side of our Lady Aphrodite over here. This should not come as any surprise, given that her own twin brother Apollo was inaugurated as the patron of Troy. In Homer's Iliad, she purposefully obstructs the Greek pilgrimage to Troy by instigating doldrums at Aulis on the pretense that Agamemnon, the commander-in-chief of the unified Greek armies, had committed hubris by killing her sacred stag and openly declaring that he was a better hunter. To appease her anger and hence reinvigorate the winds, Agamemnon was forced to sacrifice all that was dearest to him, and of course that was his daughter, Iphigenia. During a subsequent clash between the Trojans and the Greeks, Artemis is wounded by Hera's arrow. The golden bow and arrow, the cypress tree, the lunar orb, the moon, and wild animals such as the hunting dog and the stag are all sacred to her. Her Roman equivalent is Diana. And that concludes the short exposition on Artemis. I will see you next time for a little transcript on Aries. See you then.